Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about habits. Recently I have problems to keep up with my good habits because I got more stress from the work and family. So I start to look at some articles and find out because when we're in stress or when we are under pressure, we want to find the instant gratification that always lead us to the bad habits. For example, eating a lot of sugars, go to surf the internet, and also to play video games. But how do we steer us away from those bad habits to good habits? I think I will need another episode to talk about those, but for now, I just want to share some of the daily good habits. Habits number 1, reading. I started reading a lot of books at the year 2019 because that's when I started to struggle at my career. I wasn't getting a lot of recognition from the job that I'm doing. So I started reading books, especially on career development. By reading a lot of books, I started to find out most people talk about regular exercise can help good relationship with the coworker and your general life. So I started to running. That's when the pandemic started to happen. Then since we cannot go out to play basketball with my friends, so I started to running daily or at least every other day. At the beginning of this year, I set up a half marathon and I completed the half marathon this June. Right after I complete the half marathon, I lost the motivation to keep running. It's because the way I set up the goal is a specific goal, like half marathon. It's not a generic saying I need to keep exercise every day. I'm afraid I will go back to the state where before I exercise, so I changed the goal to start exercise every day. It definitely helps me to keep up with my fitness, and after the morning run, I usually feel more energetic and also any stress or any negative feelings went away. The third habit that dramatically changed my life in the past year is meditation. To be honestly, I've never thought I will be a meditator at this stage of my life. Maybe a year ago, if you ask me about meditation, I will laughing at myself if I say I myself going to meditate. During the online coaching program, the coach showed us some basics about meditation, and the first time I interact with the meditation, actually it results very positive impact on myself. I find it's really peaceful and also helped me clarify some of the questions I have in my mind. So later on, I start to download some apps and keep up with the daily meditation. It helps me a lot to maintain a peaceful mindset and also to deal with stressful work, or sometimes to help manage the relationship with family members and others. So if you haven't done this, I highly recommend give a try. Now I want to briefly talk about how to keep up with those good habits if you already created. First of all, don't force yourself to be perfect. Like for me, even I call it daily habits. I don't do it daily. Sometimes I will do it 3 or 5 times a week. As long as you keep a pace, you are making progress, you should feel good about it. Even for some days, I don't feel like to running. If I skip one or I stay up late play poker game and I forget to run the second day, I will tell myself it's okay. Again, it's not about perfect. It's about you will get back on track once you need it to. Second thing I want to talk about on the habit is it's really hard for us to eliminate all the bad habits. As long as you can also keep some good habits like eating healthy, running, exercise, meditate, and reading, I think you can balance out. Like for me, I feel like I'm constantly competing with those good and bad habits, and also have some feedback into my body. Like if I keep doing those bad habits for a few days, eventually I will have an urgency, so I'm not on track and I need to bring those back. So it's back and forth, and eventually I find a balance point. Again, for each person, you have to define your own good and bad habits. Once you find out, stick with it and try to find a balance between the good and the bad habits. The reason I have this channel is to share some of my personal stories and hope to learn from you guys. So the question for today is, what are the habits that change your life dramatically, and what's your suggestion to keep with your good habits? And I will talk to you next time. Bye.